In the vast expanse of Eternia, there is a mountain, there is a place where evil finds a home, where evil rests, but also where evil plots the demise of heroes. Demon spirits lie wait for the right combination of influencing beasts and beings to come against the forces of good. There is one who is the diabolical leader of destruction, Skeletor, as he awaits and looks for ways to bring devastation to the likes of heroes like He-Man. But who else would join this wicked team? Today in this review, we're going to be looking at
Masters of the Universe Classics, Evil-Lyn. And she's able to perform a mighty magical act for Skeletor, her master. As he rides the great purple beast, Panthor, she's able to turn Panthor into humanoid form, who becomes nicknamed Purrrplor. We're going to be reviewing these two amazing action figures today as they join the ranks of Snake Mountain.
Super Dave here with another review. Welcome to Super Dave's Reviews. Today we are on location at Snake Mountain, getting ready to look at two awesome action figures. One that I've been wanting to do for a while. First of all, Evil-Lyn. Now this package says it's Battleground Evil-Lyn, but this is the Evil-Lyn that I think of when I think of Evil-Lyn, and I love this classics form. And it's more based on the 2000X version of Evil-Lyn in a lot of ways, but this is the one I'm going with. I like it better than the yellow skin. So I'm going with her as Evil-Lyn, my main Evil-Lyn. And she was actually married to Keldor before his transformation into Skeletor. And then when Skeletor did become Skeletor, the evil Lord of Destruction, he kind of cast her aside. And then years later, they ended up getting back together. And there's a lot of backstory on that that you can look at if you would like to. Go ahead and read that bio card. So yeah, wow, she has a complicated story there, and you can check that out. But we're getting ready to break open Evil-Lyn and see her accessories as well as her articulation, and see a trick that in my universe she pulls, and that is to turn the mighty cat that Skeletor rides, Panthor, into Purrrplor, the humanoid form who can fight on two legs alongside of Evil-Lyn. And so this is going to be interesting. Thank you, Mythic Legions, for this one. Similar to our Battle Cat humanoid form, we're going to look at Purrrplor. And here we are at Snake Mountain, where we will be reviewing our Evil-Lyn. Now, Evil-Lyn comes with, basically, if you want to count the staff itself, 5 accessories. Of course, if you count that cape, you could say 6 accessories. But let's take a look at the first one. She comes with this dagger, and I believe this was seen in the 2000X cartoon, but this is her dagger, and it has those little purple dots on the blade, has that nice silver blade, and almost like a grayish silver hilt, just a tad darker. And then of course the handle is black wrapped, and then it has that skull. Isn't that cool? Check this out. A skull on the end of the handle with a black wrap on the handle. So really cool accessory, this dagger. And then Evil-Lyn comes with another top for her staff that has a black, or almost a black purple, really dark purple orb contained in those claws. You have those silver claws. There's like fingers coming around it. That nice shiny silver. And of course that'll plug right into the top of that staff. And that is just really cool. So she comes with almost a translucent marble color, which is the one presently plugged in to her staff. A translucent type marble color. And then she comes with this one that it can be exchanged with. Place that one there instead. Cool. And then finally, she comes with that traditional looking head. Now this is kind of how we know Evil-Lyn. And I'm so glad that they packaged this in with her, because I like the unhelmeted head. You get to see that white hair and more of her beautiful face. But I love this look because this is more of the look that we're used to in the Filmation cartoon, and of course in that, you know, Mike Young production of the 2000X. Now, I love this face sculpt. I mean, it has that Maleficent look to it, the beautiful, almost dark burgundy lipstick, the eyeshadow. I mean, everything screams, you know, Evil-Lyn, the witch, the evil witch of Eternia. And this is just really, really cool. Of course, the other head sculpt that she comes with is kind of like the unhelmeted head, which is seen here. The only difference really is that amazing white hair. And so you see that, as well as those earrings that she's sporting. She's got earrings on both sides. They look kind of like they might be little bats, but I can't tell. And yes, that's what they are. They're like little bat earrings. And that is just a cool detail. And then that cape has that lavender jewel there, showing a little cleavage there. And this body is very reminiscent to the body that Teela had, the original Teela, because it has no diaphragm joint, no waist twist. She's basically frozen from the neck down to the thighs, with the exception of the arms. You cannot move her at all in her torso area. But let's go ahead and take a look now at her articulation. So taking a look at Evil-Lyn's articulation, that head is pretty limited. It can't go up very far because it hits this collar. You can kind of force it just a little bit, but that's about as far as she's going to be able to look up. She's not really able to look down that far either, and I'm not sure exactly why. It's almost like her jawbone hits her neck. They could have definitely shaped this a little better. But this was fairly early into the Mattel Masters line, Classics line, so I think they got a little better at it. She hits the collar trying to go left and right as well, and not too much on the head pivoting. You can kind of get a little bit there, get a little bit of a head pivot. Now, looking at the other head sculpt, with the crown or the helmet, heating up that head, I was able to get it on a little easier, and also was able to prop that chin up on that collar, and that kind of gives you a little attitude there. So that's cool, but pretty much the same articulation, back and forth hitting that collar. She's actually able to look down more with this head, but less back because that helmet hits the collar. So that's interesting. And then as far as her arms, she's able to go up about that far. Of course, she has full twists there. She has not a bicep swivel, but kind of like a swivel just below the bicep, right there below that little arm cuff or arm bracelet that she has on there. No swivel at the bracelets, but swivel at the wrist. No hinges. Of course, this was before the hinges, but look at the detail on those fingernails. That's really cool. She's got like the spell casting hand there, so that's cool. And the other arm is the same, except she's got like the hand holding, the staff holding hand there. Going on to the legs, she can do full splits. She's also got thigh swivel. I'm not sure if Teela had that or not. I can't remember. I don't think she did, but I have to look at that. And then she also has boot cut, and she has the ability to go all the way up, all the way down to tiptoes, and has those excellent rocker joints. They may not be as aesthetically pleasing looking, but this was the first system of rocker joints that came out for the ladies and the men. And but you're able to get excellent rockers. So that's the articulation for Evil-Lyn, and she is just awesome. You're going to be able to do a lot of good things with her. I'm looking forward to partner her with Keldor. You know, in my storyline with the Motu stories, I'm looking forward to putting her with Panthor. I think she's going to have kind of a thing for Panthor. They're going to like each other, and that's, you know, Skeletor is going to demand her in my storyline to turn Panthor into a humanoid form, kind of like He-Man's able to point his sword at Battle Cat and transform Battle Cat into Battle Cat Man. And you can look at my review on Battle Cat Man and how to transform him using a helmet and all that, and the link there that's showing at the top. But also looking forward to seeing our next action figure we're going to be looking at, and that is Purrrplor. Let's break him out of the package and check out this action figure, because Skeletor gets mad that He-Man can turn Battle Cat into Battle Cat Man and fight alongside of him. So he demands the Evil-Lyn the evil witch Evil-Lyn to concoct a spell where she can turn Panthor into a humanoid form. So she whips up a spell and zaps Panthor, and then he turns into, and wow, there he is. He's transformed into Purrrplor. Let's bring him over here and check him out closer. Let's check out his accessories. And there is our Purrrplor. He almost blends in with the background back here, doesn't he? Yeah, matter of fact, let's go ahead and put something back there just so you can see him a little better. And here is our Purrrplor, or our Panthor, that has been transformed into humanoid form. He's so cool. And he comes with a bunch of our accessories. So let's go ahead and look at some of those now. First of all, let's go ahead and look at these. It's like these big shoulder cauldrons, things that go on his shoulders, and they look really cool. And we'll try them on here in just a moment, but you can snap them on the sides like an armor. And that goes along with a lot of the Mythic Legion stuff. You see those spikes on the sides, and they plug in to that piece that I have attached to Purrrplor's body. He comes with the head just attached like this, but then you can place this part here on him, and it adds some flair and some thickness, make it look more like, you know, cat-like, so to speak. And there's where you plug in those shoulder cauldrons, and there's a place to plug in his shield, which will show you that in a moment. But once you get that on there, then you can just pop that head back on there, and there you have that look, which I think looks better as far as having that, you know, thickness for as a cat. I don't think after turning into Purrrplor from, you know, Panthor, that he would look skinny like that in the neck area. I just like the look of this a little more, like it just, you know, even though he's transformed, so to speak, he looks more intimidating with the thickness in his neck there. All right, let's go ahead and get these out of the way. This is like an orc that can go with this body, that if you're just interested in this body for Mythic Legions, you can certainly pop this on and have an orc, a purple orc, instead of a cat-like being. And of course his tail can be unplugged. That's part of his accessory. That plugs into a hole in the back underneath that little flap, so you can remove that if you wish. But also it comes with this strap like Mythic Legions usually do, so that you can strap this around his shoulder and back. And if you put that in the back, you could put a sword, or if you put it in the front, you could put a dagger. And that leads us to the next weapon. Similar to Evil-Lyn, our Panthor, Purrrplor, transformed a humanoid version of our Panthor, has his own dagger. And look at that, that looks really cool. It's almost like a piece of a stick or a tree, then with a jagged edge blade stuck into it and screwed into it. That's pretty neat looking. And that is a neat weapon that this cool Purrrplor comes with. And Purrrplor also comes with this shield, this huge shield. Isn't that cool? This kind of goes along more with the tree type figures and Mythic Legions. And then he's got a handle that it comes with. You can plug this in his back like I was showing you earlier, and we'll certainly illustrate that in the pictures. Or you can plug on this handle and he can hold it. So either way, that works really nice for this Purrrplor. And he also comes with this awesome sword. Just check this out. Now, isn't that neat? It's like it's got some kind of foreign language etched into the blade, which is just really cool. I just love this sword. I think that's really awesome looking. And this is just a bonus that comes with this action figure. So Purrrplor also comes with his own awesome looking sword. Just check that out. The details and the weight of this and the quality of the plastic, just really nice. And here is our Purrrplor sporting his big, awesome sword, his shield, and also attach those pauldrons to his shoulders so you get a look at those. You just look and see the hole in his back where you can put his shield as well. So he's just looking stellar. He's looking great. And I actually do kind of like those big shoulder pad armors, the pauldrons there. Actually, now that I've got them on him, but I still think I'm going to be posing him mostly without those. But of course, you can decide. But I just think this figure looks amazing. And it's going to go great with our Evil-Lyn and Skeletor. And I always like my Filmation Skeletor, but I think I may pose this dude as detailed as this Purrrplor is with my other Skeletor with the cape, my Ultimate Skeletor from Super 7, which I'll get him out for the photos, which are coming up here in just a moment. But now let's look at Purrrplor's articulation. All right, so he can look up about that much. He can look down a little bit. Now we'll go ahead and pop this off for the sake of the articulation because he can look down further without that piece on there. He of course can get great head pivot and look side to side. His arms can go all the way around. They can go about 90 degrees there. And he's got no bicep swivel, but he does have elbow swivel there. Those gauntlet swivel. He has hinge and swivel at the wrists. He also has a ball joint type function, which you can pop loose at the waist, because as you know, Mythic Legions, you can swap body parts with characters. But you can pop that back on and he gets really good. He gets really good range of motion there at the, so he can bend forward about that much. He can bend back about that much. And so he's good on that. And of course, swivel there as well. Moving on to the legs, he can get full splits there. And he can do thigh rotation, which is actually up here just above the thigh where he gets his thigh rotation. And he's able to kick all the way forward. He's able to kick pretty good back as well. He has single jointed knees, but he still gets good range there. Give you an idea of that from the back as well. Pretty good range there for the knees. He has swivel at the knees, kind of like a boot cut really, I guess, because that armor goes so far up. He's able to go forward with that foot, almost tiptoes. He's able to swivel with those feet as well as excellent rockers to get some good poses with this guy. And I believe that's all the articulation. And again, I like him with his collar, or whatever you want to call this, attached, which gives him more of a cat-like thickness to look more like it actually is Panthor transformed into a humanoid Purrrplor, the mighty cat warrior that fights alongside Skeletor and Evil-Lyn. Let me dress him back up, and then we're going to close out this video with some awesome pictures. Please like, subscribe, share, comment. Thank all of you that have watched my Snake Mountain review. Really made my day. I had over 1,200 in one day. That's a record for me. 36 likes, 36 comments in one day and 118 likes in one day. All of those are broke records. I was glad to be one of the first, not the first, but one of the first to get the Snake Mountain review out there, because it was just cool to be able to, you know, offer something that people really interested in, and get some really good responses and answer some questions about Snake Mountain. And it's just going to be an awesome backdrop for my action figures when I do reviews, especially, you know, the bad guys. And so I'm really tickled about it, and just really enjoying the Snake Mountain. And I'll definitely be using the front of Snake Mountain to do some reviews as well. But I was glad I was able to save Purrrplor and Evil-Lyn to do a review on them once I actually had Snake Mountain in hand. Man, check out this. Let me show you. There's a look at him holding his dagger there, and two, having his shield attached to his back, which is really neat. Almost kind of, you know, like he's still got the saddle back there almost, even though the saddle is green on our Panthor. It's kind of almost like he's still wearing that saddle back there a little bit almost. That's just one interpretation, but that's kind of cool looking. You know, to see him with that shield attached to his back, holding that dagger, and of course this really cool sword that he came with. I'm just really tickled about. So I'm really excited about what we'll have possibilities to do with this Purrrplor in photos, as well as just staging our Snake Mountain. Thank you so much for joining us, and here's some pictures.